when you grow up, you guys will do better than we do. Obviously, it was nonsense. Like you grow up and you have different challenges.
Exactly. You have the same characters there. No, thanks. And I think just speaking on that, I think it goes to the core of governance really, and I think there's some things are happening in this country that we can actually pick lessons from, but on the other hand, because we are so focused on the presidency, we never really see it. And to me, one of the most interesting counties to look at has been Mandera, and I must declare upfront that I've had a long-term relationship with Mandera Governor Ali Roba, and when Ali got elected in 2017 to be the governor of Mandera, it was pretty interesting. It was in URP, which was a Jubilee coalition, and you remember there was this new party that was making inroads into northern Kenya, the Economic Freedom Party. Basically, 90% of his MCAs were from the Economic Freedom Party. And, you know, we expected that Ali Roba would be impeached immediately because the Economic Freedom Party really had absolute majority, not even anything in between. So we sat down with Ali and I was like, how are you managing? And I think there was something very good about it because Ali did not try to buy these guys to defect to his, to his party where he was alone, literally, and he was the governor. And the assembly was on the other side. And told me, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, because the decisions he had largely made by the clans. These guys represent the clans. They come with the programs, and those are the same programs I want because I also, you know, must listen to the clans. So if they come up with useless things, they're the ones who are, you know, jeopardizing their political future. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. The assembly comes up with these plans, and we sit down and discuss as executive, and we agree the best way forward. If they try to sabotage me, they'll be actually sabotaging themselves. Yeah, because all I want to do is you know, the same thing they actually want to do, is only that we are from different parties. Of course, now UDM has totally cleaned the Economic Freedom Party in the north there, right. and now they're actually at the majority.
And they moved to Kenya Kwanza relative.
Yes, yes, and then they shifted quite quickly to Kenya Kwanza.
Yes,
but the point I was trying to say is that really, I mean, there's some beauty in governance, you know, to actually work with the situation as it is, because all this, as Acheng was saying correctly, all these people represent people on the ground, and there are things that are actually promised and so on. And those things that you know, Kenya Kwanza or Azimio leadership may actually want for the people is the same that the people from the rival side may want. I don't think, for the sake of governance, that you know, it's difficult or even wrong, you know, that the other team comes in and say, fine, I mean, really, we think of doing roads and water and all these things in your area, and the other side says, hey, that's exactly what we need to do. Convergence in agendas is okay for governance, but then of course, on the other hand, given that these people are not directly, you know, from your party, then they don't have to agree with everything that you do, and that's where the oversight actually comes in. And I think, using the Mandera case again, it was very easy for Mandera, that county assembly, collectively to oversight the executive, because we're totally different from the executive. Yeah, so I think that's my sort of fear of saying that, look here, if you are in the executive, then the only way to get your agenda, you know, through Parliament is by buying all members of Parliament to close to your side. I think if you really have a solid agenda for the country, people in Parliament there would find it very, very difficult to oppose it. And on the other hand, if they have a selfish agenda for themselves, again, it will be very difficult for you to oppose it. Yes, we know, for example, that members of Parliament are going to be united to try to bring CDF back. Members of Parliament are going to be united to deal with salaries and SRC, Salary and Remuneration Commission, and they'll be united. And it doesn't matter what the President Ruto feels or President Raila feels for Kenyans. They will be united, and they'll do what they have to do. You know, the only thing that might stop them is you know, the Constitution. But otherwise, it doesn't matter which side they actually are in. And the point I'm actually trying to say is that it would be so beautiful if members of Parliament can be united in the sort of things that affect you know, Kenyans, and in things that where they actually have convergence. We know these same people have been talking about, for example, the bad debt situation in the country. why weren't they united as Parliament in terms of, I mean, in stopping the executive, you know, from literally going rogue when it came to the issue?